Hi everyone and welcome to the channel. Today we are going to be playing Gone Home, which I believe is a adventure game. So it's going to be fun. I absolutely love these sort of games. So as always, if you guys do enjoy the video, please do go ahead and like, subscribe and comment. It's probably going to be in 2 or more parts. So if it is more than one part, I will leave a link to the part 2 in the description or in the comments. I haven't actually played the game. I just literally just test it out to see.
Hi, Mom. So I got my ticket home from Europe. I get back on June 6th, but it's a really late flight because that was the cheapest, so it gets in at midnight. But don't worry, I'll get a shuttle from the airport so you don't have to pick me up. Like, really seriously, you don't have to. Okay, so love you. See you soon. Bye.
I love the cheap flight. Always get a cheaper flight. Not during peak hours. June the 7th, 1995 at 1:15 a.m. Feels like we've returned home. We are KT Greenbrier. We're in Portland. And we are in 1995. Okay. Katie, I'm sorry I can't be there to see you, but it is impossible. Please don't go digging around trying to find out where I am. I don't want anyone, who crossed out his mum and dad, to know. We'll see each other again someday. Don't be worried. I love you, Sam. Okay, we don't know who Sam is. Is that a little ducky? Cute. Hello, ducky. Press 1 to check the contents. Okay, a spare key that was hidden under. How do I? Oh, okay, you don't actually need to put it out. It's just. Wellspring Movers Inc. From Terence Greenbrier. Description of shipment content. Boxes for the kitchen. Boxes, just a load of boxes. And a 24-inch TV and a 14-inch TV. Okay.
Dear Katie, so much has changed, even just since you've been away. We moved into this house. I'm at a new school. And my big sister being gone for a year doesn't make it any easier. It doesn't feel real. But I'm not gonna let it faze me. I used to tell you everything, and if I can't do it in person, because you're off gallivanting around who knows where, I'll tell it to this journal, just like I was talking to you.
Stack our things on the toilet because we're really mature like that. The acceleration of the mouse is a little bit wonky. I might turn around a little bit quickly, but it's oh, I can do that.
Sam. Sam. Hello? Sam! Sam, where are you? Really? I need to talk to you. Please be there.
Wait, what?
Hi, Mom. So I got my ticket home from Europe. I get back on June 6th, but it's a really late flight because that was the cheapest, so it gets in at midnight. But don't worry, I'll get a shuttle from the airport so you don't have to pick me up. Like, really seriously, you don't have to. Okay, so love you. See you soon. Bye.
Okay, so it says Sam Daniel from the old neighborhood called. He wants to come see the new house. Call him back. Mum Daniel is a total weirdo. The only reason I ever hang out with him in the first place is he had a Nintendo when we were little. So we've all been there. Okay. Okay, fair enough. Press 2 or M to check your location in the house. Okay. Welcome, new student. We hope that you are as excited about your first day at Goodfellow High School as we are. Please be sure to bring the following with you in your first day of classes so you can get into the swing of things. One study folder with pockets for each of your 6 class periods, 1 line notebook per period, or 1 large notebook with 6 divided sections.
Oh my god. You are so lucky you finished high school before we moved into this house. So, it's the first day of school, and there I am, introducing myself to the class. And I say that I just moved into the house on Arbor Hill. All of a sudden, every kid in the room turns and just stares like I suddenly transformed into a mutant. I just stood there, wishing pretty hard for a rewind button. Because now maybe nobody knows my name, but they all know who I am. The Psycho House Girl. Great.
What? It says, hey, it's one of the postcards I sent. Hi, Mum, Dad, and Sam. I'm in Paris. I have done many Parisian, that's a real word, things eating... There we go. Le Petit Déjeuner. There you go. I unfortunately do not speak French, if you couldn't already tell. And wearing a beret, because well, there's nothing more French than to wear a beret. I'm going to have lots of film to develop when I get back. Sam, I'm bringing you back something from the Shakespeare Book Company, since you are my favourite sister. Love you all, Katie. Mum, Dad, and Sam, 1 Arbor Hill, Boone County. Okay. Interesting. Oscar Doc Masson. Oscar Masson died 60 of Boone County, died peacefully last month in his home. Mr. Masson was born on September the 8th, 1933. In the house that would be his home for the rest of his life, he attained his degree in pharmacy at a young age and quickly returned to Boone County to practice. There was no quickly there. He quickly became a well-loved figure at the centre of the community. In the decades preceding his passing, he was seldom seen outside his home. A service will be held this Sunday at the First Methodist Church at 1 p.m. All are welcome. His survivors... Sorry, what? Survivors? Include his nephew Terence Greenbrier, as well as in spirit the people of Boone County to whom he provided wellness and comfort. Right, if we get into trouble, we got a pencil, so we'll fuck him up.
Flood conditions are expected at lower elevations.
Terry, hey man, how you been? I know you're a published author and everything. I'm gonna turn that off first. It's gonna be really annoying otherwise.
This is a severe weather
warning, this. Okay. Terry, hey man, how have you been? I know you're a published author and everything now, but my editor at Hi-Fi Aficionado has too much review work to go around, and he's looking for another freelancer. Naturally, I thought of you. You were saying in your last letter how much of a pain it's been trying to find a publisher for your latest work of literature, and writing stereo reviews is dead simple. Sit at home with a glass of scotch, listen to some records, and write up how it sounds. then get paid. I've included some issues of the mag to use as samples. If you're interested, send me some samples. Send some samples to my editor and tell him your old colleague chum Mike sent you. Here's the address. Then we got the address. Do it, Mike. The accidental survivor. Let's see if I can try to crouch. Okay. Hi Terry, enclosed. Please find a Pioneer CLDD 703 unit with remote and cables. We need a half-page review for the October issue, so that gives you about 2 weeks to get us the copy for edit. Standard stuff like you gave us on the CLDD 502. It's a combi player, so check its CD playback. I remember CDs. I remember videos as well. I'm that old. With a few discs as well as laser disc. And they want us to definitely hit the signal to noise ratio and TOS link stuff for high-end buyers. Looking forward to your take on it. Enjoy the unit. Okay. The Heaven at the Edge of the World. Samantha Greenbrier, Grade 2. Story The Turtle People, Part 1. Captain Allegra looked off at the ocean. It went on forever, or so it seemed. Someday she would find the edge and get to the paradise there. Then she heard a cannon fire. Boom. It was the black pirate ship, she yelled. I thought we lost him at the Horse Island, the first mate said. Looks like you fought too soon. The black ship came up along the side. Captain Black himself came out on the deck of the black ship. He yelled to Captain Allegra, "You're never gonna find the edge." Oh god. There ain't no paradise and your father were alive. It sounds like I'm from Somerset. I wasn't from Black Country, let alone a pirate. I can't really do a pirate. Oops. Well, didn't want to read it anyway. Yeah, I can't really do a pirate's accent apparently. Your father were alive. Captain Allegra yelled back. Then why do you keep following us, you imbecile? What an insult. I need to use that more often, you imbecile. The first mate yelled out, "We'll stop you, Captain Black. We'll find the edge of the world and you'll see her father was no liar." The battle kept going until Captain Allegra's ship got away. "Now west," she said, and the ship sailed towards the sunset. Wow, there you go. Brilliant. It sailed away. Do not like that lining. I mean, there's a posh house when they get their own little, like, I don't know, what would you call this? Bar? I guess it's just a bar. Very cool, though.
Somehow I always knew that someday we'd be through.
Katie, please tell Mum and Dad sorry about the stuff that's missing. Sam. Oh, a bunch of coupons. that we've explored all we can this way. No, there's also this room. Very cool door. Electrical inspection form. Wiring in house is technically up to safety and amperage requirements. However, multiple layers of wiring have been added into structure over the last 100 years. System is frequently unpredictable. Lights blink out for no clear reason. Pressure on floorboards and door frames disrupt circuits wires directly behind the surface. Properly reworking the electrical system would be highly destructive to the walls, floors, and fixtures of the structure. After discussion with Mr. Greenbrier, since there are no current safety concerns, issues will not be addressed. Okay. Ooh, don't know the combination. Okay. Oh. I wonder where that is. Double-sided play doesn't seem any relevance. They say that a jack of all trades is a master of none. I have to disagree. Mastery is not a question of specialization, but sureness of purpose and dedication to craft. If you happen to be in the market for a combination LD, I've never heard of LD before, LD/CD player, you'll be glad to know that Pioneer seems to share this particular. Okay. Interesting. No, this is a different room, right? Dear Terence, David asked me to write you regarding the reviews you've been submitting for the last few months. Frankly, they're becoming more trouble than they were from an editing standpoint. There's a word limit. It's your job to stay under it, not mine to cut back to it. Even then, it's becoming harder and harder to weed out the tangents and non-sequesters, I believe that's how you say it, for an usable copy without heavy rewrites. The readers of Home Theatre Aficionado want to hear about the quality and value of the hardware, not ruminations of your childhood. See, I beg to differ, but, you know. If it were up to me, I wouldn't be writing this letter. I'd just be cutting you loose. There's tons of guys half your age that would take half your rate to write stuff I could actually use. But David's known you for a long time, and he's the boss, so I'm giving you one more shot on his say-so. You should write him a nice note thanking him for his patience and generosity. Look for your old stuff and start submitting reviews like that again. Then everybody will be happy. Brent Kirtwood. 0451. Okay, we've got the combination to the safe. Nice. Okay. 5. Dear Mr. I believe that's Mason, but spelled with an A. Masan. Please find enclosed your original document and a typed copy for your records. The notarized copy has been filed at our offices. Thank you in trusting our firm with this important matter. I, Oscar Masson, excuse me? Possessing full competence of mind and memory, and after full survey of valued items to my name, do hereby declare that this document will be my last will and testament. The following shall hold true upon my passing. Number 1, I declare that I am a lifelong resident of Boone County, that I am unmarried and have no children. 2, I declare that I have no outstanding debts to my name to any creditors living or dead. 3, I do hereby bequeath every item of value of which I may die possessed, including the dwelling and surrounding areas located at Arbor Hill, as well as any and all personal property and moneyed accounts to my nephew, Terence L. Greenbrier, Jr. of Ellis County. In the event that said Terence L. Greenbrier, Jr. should predecease me, then in such event, the bequest to him shall fall, and the same is bequeathed. Fancy words, man. Oh God. His fancy words to his children, and ordered by age incompetent as stewards of the estate. I subscribe my name to this will this 13th day of August 1973. Signed, Oscar Massey. Okay. Yep. Interesting. What was that question mark? Oh, it's a hidden... Oh, what's this? I could barely read this at best. Dear Terence, I write on what I hope and imagine is a joyous occasion. News something me that you are newly married to a wonderful young woman. I have had more than a little time to consider my past and my family, and my thoughts have often on your something, and in the 10 years since we last met, you've I don't know what that says. Give me much nuisance in this regard. You, me, always welcome. Don't know what that says. That's really hard to read. Hopefully you guys could maybe type out in the comments if you guys can read it for me. I'd appreciate that. Yes, that's the bathroom. No. Should we explore downstairs first? Let's explore downstairs first. Don't even know what that is. God, some of these are really hard to read. Front hall, okay. And the board. I don't know if the lightning needs to be so loud. Ooh. Dia de los Muertos skull. Day of the Dead. I believe they call it sugar skulls, I believe. Though I could be wrong. I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong. Controlled burn scheduled for Boone County. Plumes of smoke will rise above the northeastern region of Boone County over the better part of next week as part of Forestry Service run controlled burn of overgrown sections of the Flintlock National Forest. Forestry crews have been preparing the area for months. The burn operation will take place between 8 AM and 5 PM on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and possibly into Thursday, depending on speed of progress, according to the Forestry Service. In addition to removing dead and overgrown vegetation that can lead to wildfires in drier months, the operation will serve as a valuable training tool for the forestry and firefighting personnel involved, said senior conservationist Janice Greenbrier. Smoke will likely linger in the area through the following weekend. Okay, fair enough. You don't really have that in the UK. There's a thing that happens in America. And Canada as well, I believe. I can't even read that. Hopefully it's not important.
It's weird hanging out with girls. Daniel was around ever since I was little, and other girls? I don't know. But being around Lonnie is like instantly just right. I gave her the grand Psycho House tour and took my revenge on Super Nintendo. And it was like, I don't know, I finally found someone I feel normal around. I drove her home and she gave me this tape and said, "You have got to listen to this." I haven't stopped playing it since.
The old hi-fis, man. I remember that when I was a kid. I used to love the old hi-fi. Cost an absolute fortune back in the day as well. I had everything like a little VHS, CD player. These were the days. Super Spitfire. Okay, it's just a brochure. See what relevant is that? Code for that, yeah. The King's Labyrinth, Chapter 2, Fraying Threads. Yeah, that's a tough one. Captain Allegra, still in her flowing skirt and sturdy jerkin, descend the single shining thread into the lower cavern of the labyrinth. She and her first mate on their own now grew closer to their goal, the throne room of the dead immortal king of the island. The first mate slid down the line onto the stone floor. She swept chalky bone dust from the front of her canvas trousers and looked up at Allegra. The silken thread, nigh unbreakable thanks to the enchanted moths that inhabit the island, trailed behind, leading their way back to the entrance. From further into the labyrinth, a moaning began to echo. The moaning grew louder and clearer. It turned into words from some ancient language they could not understand. The king's cursed voice, the hairs on Captain Allegra's arms stood on end. She looked back at the first mate, whose eyes remained locked on to the blackness of the passage for a moment too long before noticing the captain's gaze. The first mate nodded silently ahead. Following the king's ghostly song deeper and deeper into the labyrinth, they came upon a rocky gap spilling forth outward. Otherworldly? Blue light, the great basin of the dead king's throne room lay below. Skeletal in rotted robes, the king was hunched over the blue orb, topping his royal scepter. Shadows of his bony fingers danced on the walls like ghouls. As he sang, wailing souls flowed in one by one through the cracks in the cave walls, pulled into the orb, causing it to glow brighter and brighter. Behind the king, a long staircase hewn from rock led down into the chamber from a passage at the top. Allegra said, "We have the advantage in numbers. I will draw his attention, and then you..." But the first mate interrupted. "No, I am smaller and quicker, and you know of dealing with mystic energies like these. I will circle to the other side, get the king's attention, and lead him on a merry chase." She held up the silk line, all traced by this inevitable thread, of course. Invincible thread. Allegra said, "It is a good plan, but perhaps we should go together." The first mate shook her head. "You know this is our best chance. Don't be afraid for me." They grasped hands and exchanged 3 tight squeezes, their palms growing warm. The first mate tied the shining thread to the belt of her trousers, gave a quick salute and a wink, and dashed off. Allegra waited, staring vigilantly across at the top of the stairs where the first mate was to appear. The king continued his wait. No, no, the singing stopped. The king turned and began walking up the stairs. Allegra wanted to call out to do anything to stop the first mate from running headfirst into danger. She tried tugging on the line to signal her. No use. The king was nearly at the top of the stairs when the first mate burst through the passageway. She skidded to a stop. Even from across the yawning basin, Allegra could see the first mate's eyes growing wide. She turned and ran. Summoning his undead power, the king left the ground, levitating, gliding behind her with distressing speed. From some dank passage much too far away, Allegra heard the first mate scream. She was already running towards the sound. The line in Allegra's hand went taut. Then shuddered. It fell slack to the stone floor. As Allegra ran, she was gathering line, twisting it around her arm. She came to its end. The unbreakable thread dangled limply, its end shredded and frayed in her hand. She tossed it to the ground and ran. Not bad writing, to be fair. She could maybe use easier words though for me. That'd be great. All these big fancy words. Hey Sam, do you want to see Pulp Fiction Art School at the Coliseum? It came out last weekend and Todd won't shut up about it. So either it's good or we can make fun of him for liking it. My mum is supposed to cook dinner for us tonight for a change, but I can just ditch out on it probably. What time? Also, isn't that the movie supposed to be really violent? Am I going to Bath? According to... Creepy shadow. According to Todd, it's pretty hardcore. I guess Uma Thurman gets stabbed in the heart with a heroin needle. Nice. Spoiler alert for Pulp Fiction for anyone who hasn't seen it. Well, there you go. So that's kind of hilarious. Also, something about cheeseburgers is important. Todd wants to see it again. 7:15, okay? Don't bath. All right, see you soon. Love that. Fantastic. Yeah, don't bath if you do. If you see a toilet in a game, you got to attempt to flush it. If it lets you flush it, you got to... What the... It's kind of concerning. This one's broken.
Lonnie brought her hair dye over today. She said, I need to fix these roots. Think you could help? Dyeing hair is weirdly intimate.
Wouldn't
I
know.
don't know if I've touched someone else's scalp before. It's pretty intimate, right? It felt intimate. We looked into the mirror together after, and I expected her to say something about how it looked crappy or good or whatever. But that's when she said, "You're so beautiful." And she was looking at me. Right in that moment, I wanted to say something, but I waited. And the moment was gone.
Have your eyes, children. Dear Dan, oh honey, let me tell you, I understand how you feel. Bob and I have... It's too hard to read. I don't think I can read some of these. Crazy. Wait. Oh, okay. Just a random bathroom that goes to another bathroom? Interesting. Yeah, it's posh when there's one bathroom goes to another bathroom. In my house we have one bathroom and that's it. Nice ensuite business. Yeah, we've already been that way. Creepy. Sighting journal. A tall shadow in the upstairs hall. When I rounded the corner, no one was there. How tall was Uncle Oscar? No, I was not wearing my glasses. Oh dear. A faint voice coming from the bottom of the stairs. I said hello, did not investigate. Probably was the furnace. September the 9th, 1944, 4:11. Poured milk from the carton in fridge. It was spoiled. Pretty sure I read that spirits can sour milk. Milk was just bought yesterday. I'm sure there's a logical explanation for that. Looney says she feels a presence in the TV room. I suddenly begin to feel cold. We build a protective pillow for it. Love that. Sorry, Lonnie. Looney. Looney. Oh dear. I'm terrible. There's too much reading in this game, man. I can barely read at the best of times. Let alone a game with super lots of reading. Lonnie and I employ Ouija board as a medium. Disturbing messages are conveyed from the other side. Oscar is definitely here. Enlisted Looney, to stay up all night and help patrol premises, recording any signs of otherworldly presence. Looney reported many sightings, but all remain unconfirmed. Possible ectoplasm in attic, probably due to a leaky roof. Sample taken just in case. Despite our best efforts, we both fell asleep around 4 a.m. All in all, a successful night. Fantastic. So we've got some ghost hunters on us. Wait. Did I walk past it? No. Must have just walked past it. Katie, Mum and Dad were going to make up the guest room for you to stay in over the summer, but you came home on such short notice that they weren't around to do it. You can use my room if you want. I won't be needing it anymore. Sam. Thanks, Sam. Yeah. Did I? Must have. Don't remember seeing it on the floor, but did it disappear? I'm sure. Hopefully, someone will tell me in the comments if it did disappear. It's creepy. Okay. This is a performance evaluation for Richard Patamach. Exemplary in absolutely everything. Supervisor comments. Ranger Patamach has been indispensable during the course of the prescribed burn preparation and execution. I believe his expertise and dedication has been the deciding factor in the success of a very complex and challenging conservation effort. In the opinion of Flintlock Forest staff, Rick's contribution to daily operations have become essential to the outfit's continuing success. To this end, I will be formally submitting paperwork requesting his permanent reassignment to this facility. Ooh. Oh, that's cool. Wait, how the flipping heck? Does it come through the bottom? I've seen one like that for my life. It's very cool. Nice! Very cool. I prefer your costume over my costume. Sam's dark room. Do not enter if red lights are on. Well, we can't anyway, so, yeah. What do we do now? I'm assuming we've got to find a way to get to Sam's room. One of these doors are open, meaning we've been in them all. This door's locked, right? Okay. I can't read that. Man. What do I do now then? We've checked everywhere. I feel like there's got to be something upstairs. Oh, we've checked all this. Okay. There's got to be a way to enter Sam's dark. Halloween show. Don't forget your costume. The Misfits, they're awesome. See you here.
Sometimes you just have to lie to Mom and Dad. Like when Lonnie asked me to see a band with her and stay over at her friend's place in the city after. That's a lie to Mom and Dad situation. But it was so worth it. The girls on stage were just so loud and real and awesome. And everybody was moving together like one huge tide of sound. Between two songs, Lonnie leaned over and said, "How do you like your first show?" I was so happy. I felt tears starting in my eyes. And then she up and hugged me. I think she could tell.
Okay, well, guys, I am completely and utterly stuck. So I might have a quick run around off the recording and see if we can't figure it out. But guys, if you did enjoy the stream, please be sure to go ahead, hit that like, hit that comment, leave a comment, and subscribe for me. And I will see you in part 2. I will leave a link to part 2 in the description. Thank you all so much for watching. I do appreciate it. And as always, if you guys do like horror games, please do come check me out on Twitch at Slinky, and I will see you all there. Thanks so much for watching, guys. See you later.